Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Bahak Radash. All praises, honor, glory, love, respect, faith, and power, and trust, and all credit to my heavenly Father Yahweh and my heavenly big brother Yahweh Shah. Thank you so much for what you've done, what you're doing, and what you're going to do. And double honor to the apostles and elders and bishops of GMS, Great Millstone, who I learned from, and all the men scattered all over the world, teaching His truth and none but the truth. In the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh Bashim Shah. Trying to put a spiritual bug in you Hebrew Israelites' ears, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and you speckled birds. And what is a speckled bird? That'd be a Hebrew Israelite that look like some of the heathen nations, like, for example, a Hebrew Israelite that look like a so-called white person, so-called Chinese person, etc., etc. Another video of the Lord bringing plagues upon the whole earth. I'm going to play these videos. I'm going to get into the scripture my best ability, say whatever God say through spirit and power, Yahweh Bashim Shah, the Holy Spirit, the Karhak, Kadash, the Lord wouldn't be on me. Let's get it.
3 nuclear reactors shut down because the rivers cooling them were too warm. Germany has passed 5,000 dead. France is still counting. Scientists have a warning. There are limits to adaptation, and Europe may already be reaching them. The dead from this heat wave are not yet buried. The next one is already forming. Europe is emerging from another deadly heat wave, but scientists say the continent must prepare for even more frequent and intense extremes as climate change accelerates. Temperatures climb
That climate change, no, the Lord's plagues accelerate and intensify.
above 40 degrees Celsius across parts of Spain, France, and Italy in late June, disrupting transport networks, straining electricity supplies, forcing nuclear reactors offline, and fueling destructive wildfires. Rail services were disrupted, power supplies strained, wildfires tore through land and claimed dozens of lives. In France, 3 nuclear reactors shut down because the rivers used to cool them had become too warm. At least 3,700 excess deaths were recorded across France, Belgium, and the Netherlands during June alone. Germany's toll, as reported this week, has now surpassed 5,000 for the year. Reports and research say over 2,700 people have died in the UK. Scientists say these events are no longer exceptional. Europe has already warmed by approximately 2.4 degrees Celsius since pre-industrial times, compared with around 1.4 degrees globally, making it the fastest warming continent on Earth. Cities across Europe are now accelerating efforts to adapt, following lessons from the catastrophic 2003 heatwave, which claimed around 70,000 lives. Governments have introduced early warning systems, emergency response plans, and public cooling programs designed to protect vulnerable populations during periods of extreme heat.
Europe has initiated substantial adaptation efforts to heat waves over recent years. Think of heat plans in cities, early warnings, and cancellation of sports events.
Many of Europe's largest cities are reshaping urban planning to cope with rising temperatures. Paris has expanded its climate adaptation strategy by increasing vegetation and creating hundreds of oasis cooling locations across the city. Authorities are also mapping public drinking fountains, expanding shaded public spaces, and creating so-called cool islands to reduce heat stress in densely populated neighborhoods. Demand for air conditioning is rising rapidly, but many climate experts warn that widespread adoption could unintentionally make cities even hotter by releasing additional heat into already overheated urban environments.
If you buy an air conditioner and you're able to cool off your house, you're creating more heat that's going into the city. The result will be more hot nights, making cooling off even harder for those who don't have it. Vulnerable people are even more...
Man, these folks don't give a fuck. They like, nigga, I'm trying to stay cool. I ain't trying to melt out here or get a heat stroke, sleeping, or whatever.
at risk because of all the air conditioners.
Researchers also warn that extreme heat is widening existing inequalities. Older people remain
If that's the case, you know these niggas gonna be planning on cutting the electricity off.
especially vulnerable because aging reduces the body's ability to regulate temperature, while millions of outdoor workers across agriculture, construction, and delivery services face increasing health risks during prolonged heat waves. Some southern...
No, you know what that remind me of? These niggas are hosing off the cattle, trying to keep the cattle warm. I mean, cool. Look at all these cattle, they're like, "Moo." They're just hosing them off. "Moo."
delivery services,
Hosing off all them hogs.
while millions of outdoor workers across agriculture, construction,
Across agriculture, they out there hosing all the cows and the pigs and the goats and shit, the horses. Well, not horses, but whatever.
and delivery services face increasing health risks during prolonged heat waves. Some
Cool, just hosing off the sheep. They're like, bah.
Southern European countries are beginning to adjust working hours to avoid the hottest parts of the day, but researchers say such changes remain difficult because of commercial pressures and supply chain demands. Despite these investments, scientists caution that adaptation alone cannot eliminate the growing risks posed by rising temperatures.
There are limits to adaptation. We are not going to adapt to everything. And if we want it,
And a lot of you heathens ain't gonna be able to adapt to that slavery. But y'all gonna get it anyway. Y'all gonna get in that work.
it's going to be very costly. If you realize that we're already reaching the limit of what we can handle, there are conditions.
Yeah, y'all ain't gonna be getting it in when putting in that work when y'all slaves and y'all gonna be working in that hot heat. And we gonna make a heat dome. Oh yeah, we gonna make heat domes on your ass. Yeah, girl. Oh, look at you. You could have just waited. See, that's what happened. Your ass is impatient. Get that damn thing up. Now, I got these, what that thing called? Nature Valley bars. I'm giving one to my dog. She trying to eat one. I tossed one to her while she laying. Man, by the way, that's it. Let me get back in my position where I'm gonna need to see it. Get your musty ass on. Get your musty butt on.
That we won't be able to handle.
Yeah, she tried. I gave her a little treat, and then when she trying to catch one, I'm tossing to her. You couldn't just let it hit the floor. You trying to catch it and shit, and it hit her face, and then it bumped and flew somewhere else.
The warning comes as new assessment.
Alright, I'm gonna show y'all this shit. Let's go to the next video. You default that size. It said dangerous wildfires. Yeah, I got a lot of videos to get into. I'm gonna spend too much time. What is this? Japan? No, extreme heat, Japan. Matter of fact, let me go and play this shit too. What am I gonna do? Oh yeah, play it like this. What the hell is that?
正午過ぎの東京墨田区です。普段は多くの子供で賑わうこちらの遊具なんですが、この暑さでしょうか、日向には今
I know you can. You won't be able to play on that playground. Anything you touch go psh, and burn your ass.
ほとんど人がいません。
When the parent touches the playground equipment,
Yep.
some parents were reluctant to
Them kids get some first or second degree burns.
let their children play on the equipment. In parts of Tokyo, including Fuchu, temperatures recorded as extremely hot, exceeding 35 degrees Celsius 2 days in a row.
もうきついですね。もう暑すぎって感じです。
早すぎるな。1月が怖いですね。
そうで
Is this a nigga? Is this nigga got a purse? Is he carrying his wife's purse if that's his woman? This nigga got a purse. Oh my goodness, man. We gotta get the fuck out of here, bro.
すよね。
By 3 p.m. today, the Tokyo Fire Department had transported 48 people to hospitals for suspected heat stroke. Saijo City, Ehime Prefecture, tied for the highest temperature in Japan on July 15th. With a heat stroke alert issued for the 4th consecutive day, even the Riverside Walkway was nearly deserted. As temperatures climbed above 38 degrees Celsius, people on the street say,
日傘がないとやっぱり歩けない感じですかね。命の危険があるぐらいは、もうそのぐらいの気温だと思います。はい。
as many areas across Japan experienced dangerously high temperatures above body temperature. At an elementary school in Fujita City, Shizuoka Prefecture,
Vegeta. Oh, it's Fojita. I thought it said Vegeta.
mist showers and
Kakarot.
sprinklers were already running as part of heat stroke prevention measures before 8 a.m.
暑すぎてやる気とかなくなってくる。疲れちゃう。最初から暑いと。気持ちいいです。
Some students even ran through the sprinklers while still wearing their backpacks right after arriving at school. Affected by the fan effect, the Hokuriku region also experienced body temperature level heat. Most observation points across Niigata Prefecture recorded their highest temperatures of the year. With the blazing sun beating down, both men and women walking outside relied on parasols to shield themselves from the heat.
Alright, anyway, it's hot there. See what else is going on. Yeah, I want to play any more videos about the heat. I mean, there's one more I gotta play that I want to play on this on the ad. I mean, on the list.
When was the last time you slept for 8 hours at night?
Damn, she got some big ass titties. That's a big titty Indian chick. Let me stop, cause she could be married.
If you are among those struggling to recall, then you are not alone. Millions across the world are losing sleep each day. An analysis by a team of scientists at Climate Central have uncovered a shocking statistic. Over the last 5 years, the average person globally has lost 56 hours of sleep due to high temperatures, and over 10% of the sleep loss can be attributed to climate change. The study also shows that southern states are most affected by heat.
Well, these niggas ain't gonna be sleeping when the kingdom here. They gonna be working. I don't know why I keep talking about it. I just can't help it. Seeing these damn Ishmaelites, or these niggas catching Z's. I'm like, no, nigga.
Heat-related sleep loss.
Yeah, what they say, temperatures rise, sleep hours fall. Yeah, they probably losing sleep. Yeah, these niggas losing sleep. Induced sleep loss. Yeah, they losing sleep because it's so hot.
According to the study, people in southern India are losing 78 to 91 hours of sleep
Yeah, Lord kicking their ass with that heat.
annually. This includes at least 8 to 9 hours due to climate change.
No, it's due to Yahweh Shema Shah's plagues, whooping you damn heathen's ass. And you 2/3 Israelites, you gonna have Israelites that look like her ass. One of them bitches.
Southern states such as Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Kerala are the worst affected. On an average, a resident in Chennai loses 93 hours of sleep annually. Puducherry follows next with 92 hours. Southern peers are...
Ain't it funny? Now you see what India really looks like. They show them pictures of them Indian folks in here. They look pretty. They look well-to-do. Nice haircuts. Like, bro, right here, nice haircut. And this guy here. And her right here. And they're a little bit dark. They're a little bit lighter shade. But then they show you what Indians... Oh, yeah, her ass. A little light-skinned ass nigga. Yeah, but then you show these niggas right here on the streets. They some black-ass niggas.
Chennai loses 93 hours of sleep annually. Puducherry follows next with 92 hours. Southern peers Andhra Pradesh and Kerala follow next with 88 hours. Tamil Nadu stands out as the state's most affected by climate change-induced sleep loss, with an average of 7.9 additional hours of sleep loss per person annually, the highest in the country. In cities like Madurai and Tirunelveli, residents are losing about 9 hours of sleep each year due to climate change. They are followed by Erode and Tiruchirappalli, where residents are losing 7 to 8 hours of sleep. In capital Chennai, the figure comes to 5 hours. According to the report, poor sleep is associated with a range of health impacts, including impaired cognitive performance, poor mental health, weakened immunity, cardiovascular diseases, and reduced productivity. These risks are likely to be particularly severe in India, where millions of people live in densely populated urban areas affected by the urban heat island effect, which traps heat and keeps cities warmer after sunset.
Alright, enough about the heat.
This thing is basically an AI gaming
It says Italy supercell breakout or outbreak.
On the 15th of July 2026, northern Italy endured one of its most active severe weather outbreaks of the summer, as multiple supercell thunderstorms and a powerful squall line swept across the country. Instead of a single storm, wave after wave of violent weather struck regions, including Piedmont, Lombardy, Veneto, Emilia-Romagna, and Friuli-Venezia Giulia, bringing giant hail, destructive winds, torrential rain, flash flooding, and widespread damage. Throughout the day, meteorologists monitored rapidly developing storm cells, while emergency crews responded to dozens of weather-related incidents. The first storms intensified near Monte Grappa in Veneto, before spreading across Borso del Grappa and nearby communities. What began as small hail quickly developed into larger hailstones as the storm strengthened. During the afternoon, severe thunderstorms exploded over the metropolitan city of Turin, affecting Carignano, Carmagnola, San Germano, Cesone, Frasasco, Roleto, and surrounding towns. Some communities reported hailstones reaching 5 centimeters in diameter, covering roads in ice and damaging vehicles, crops, and rooftops.
damaging crops. Yeah, just like what they say about Egypt. Yeah, the hailstorms, all that stuff, destroying everything, even crops. Happening over there in Italy.
Mountain areas also experienced extreme conditions. Pragelato was hit by intense rainfall, hail, and flash flooding that reduced visibility and overwhelmed local roads. In nearby alpine communities, temperatures dropped sharply as cold air poured into the region, creating weather more typical of spring than midsummer. Cortina, D'Ampezzo, Canazzi, Villa, Santina, Clout, Berbeno, San Giovanni Bianco, and areas near Bolzano also reported heavy hail and rapidly changing weather as powerful storm cells crossed northern Italy.
Alright, that's enough. Let's get to the next video. Hold on, what is it? Oh yeah, now I see what's in Texas.
Emergency officials in Texas saying get to higher ground. Right now they're saying it's a nightmare situation. The residents of Comfort, Texas saying that major flash flooding has taken over the whole Texas Hill countryside there, and it's the worst flooding that they've seen in 50 years, including the 2025 4th of July flooding of the Guadalupe River. The residents were expecting it to come from the river, the main source where the flooding usually comes from, but they said this time it behaved differently. The residents saying that it didn't come from the river, but these creeks and streams that just all of a sudden started busting out of their banks, so the entire area started to fill up with water. So a unique situation, but this area knows disaster. Again, when the flooding hit there last year, the Guadalupe River, 130 people killed in that incident, and they're saying that this looks to be worse than that. Officials again saying get to higher ground and avoid this area. If you do know any friends, family, co-workers that live in this region, you might want to try to check in on them, because they say this did take them by surprise. So you have to pay attention to the weather these days, when weather is a weapon and it's used often on the people. I'm sure this won't be the last. Join me for the live streams Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, here on Tabu 77.
Mike Collins voted against releasing the Epstein files, even after he knew they exploited.
We are starting off with some breaking news this noon hour. It is coming out of the Texas Hill Country. That, of course, is the same area that spent the last year recovering from catastrophic flooding. CBS Austin is reporting that one person has died during flood rescue operations. A spokesperson for Travis County says that Star flight crews have been flying rescue missions in Kerr and Gillespie counties as that flooding continues. The death reportedly happened during rescue operations in Kerr County. Torrential rain has been slamming parts of Texas for the last 3 days, causing the flash flooding with the threat of even more dangerous weather to come. There has already been dozens of people rescued, many from stranded cars, and as we mentioned, one death has been reported. Jason Allen has a look at the situation in Kerrville.
It's a dangerous situation again in Kerrville in the Texas Hill Country this morning, and the conditions here are continuing to change. The Guadalupe River, which I know it looks like it is raging back here, it has actually come down significantly in the spot where we are standing. It was up in this area completely covered with water at one point this morning. It's gone down, and now with heavy rain, it's started to climb back up again. There are river gauges down to the south, down to the Comfort area, where the National Weather Service said that they noticed a 16-foot rise in the water level in just 30 minutes. That only gives you a few minutes once you realize that it's flooding to get out of the way. The National Weather Service using very strong language to describe what's happening, saying there's likely catastrophic flooding, and we have seen debris floating by in the Guadalupe River. We have also now started to see helicopters flying up and down the length of the river, much like we saw a year ago when those floods happened, the deadly floods on the 4th of July. So they're flying the banks, they're looking in the treetops, they're looking on the riverbanks for anybody who may have been caught in the flood, couldn't get out, and is still looking for help. There is still a shelter-in-place warning in effect here in Kerrville this morning because a lot of roads are flooded. There has been water that has gotten into structures. They don't want people moving around while they surge more resources into this area. And it continues to rain. And all of that rain and that runoff moves into these creeks and rivers, and the situation continuing to change and develop here in the Texas Hill Country. Back to you.
All right, thank you so much for that report.
Tools from Harbor Freight are doing hard.
And let's check out this video here that was sent, by KENS 5 eyewitness Greg Runnels. This is from the Privilege Creek near the Bandera and Pipe Creek area. Hours of heavy rain turning the creek into a violent river. My goodness. Highway 16, you can barely see it in the background as those muddy floodwaters surge downstream. Officials continue, of course, urging drivers, we cannot stress this enough, to stay away from the flooded roads and never attempt to cross moving water. Just incredible there.
This is a tornado.
Tonight, a terrifying scene as a tornado slams San Antonio.
Oh no.
Power flashes lighting up the sky, drivers frantic as it...
Power. I can't help it. I gotta say it, bro. Power. Power, power, power. I love to have some of that power.
touches down near a packed highway.
Oh my God.
At the height of the morning commute. Part of the roof of this apartment complex peeled right off. Families' living rooms and bedrooms now exposed to the sky.
Something flew over. I'm like, whoa, and the building started shaking everything.
The storm's torrential rain paralyzing a massive expanse of South and Central Texas, triggering multiple flash flood emergencies. This truck spotted floating down a flooded road in Boerne.
There he goes.
NBC's San Antonio affiliate capturing this
no deers.
Upsetting moment. A group of deer appear to be carried away by the rushing waters.
We have deer struggling in the water.
Highways like this outside Uvalde have been overwhelmed by the rushing waters, leaving some communities trapped behind the floodwaters. The only way to access them is by the air, where DPS has been rescuing people in helicopters. Neighborhoods evacuating in Uvalde as the Leona River swells onto city streets. What do you think when you look out at this flooding?
What you see here is it's basically a disaster. You know, it's an area where you cannot come through. As you can see behind us, how this water is very dangerous right now.
We caught up with residents like Blanca San Miguel as the waters closed in on their home.
Because of the storm, they told us that they was getting dangerous and they were getting probably 20 feet or 30 feet from here.
An anxious night ahead as yet more rain is expected in the region.
And that water can rise so fast. Ryan Chandler joins us live now from Uvalde.
All right, let's get to the next one.
This emergency unfolding in Texas at this hour. We do remain on the scene tonight of these life-threatening floods. Dramatic water rescues underway right now, and a confirmed tornado touching down in San Antonio. Faith Abube in Texas tonight.
Tonight, swift water rescue boats out in force, roads washed out and towns cut off amid multiple flash flood emergencies in the Texas Hill Country. First responders navigating fast-moving water, checking vehicles in the San Antonio suburb of Boerne, Texas. Teams making dozens of water rescues across the area.
And here in Boerne, Texas, the rain came down so quickly it took only minutes for this river to overrun its banks. We were here as emergency crews rescued a family of 3 from that vehicle.
This woman rescued from the roof of her car, hundreds ordered to shelter in place. Terrifying video showing long-haul trucker Gabriel Pablo perched on the roof of his big rig after he was swept off the roadway in Uvalde, Texas overnight. Amid the flood emergency, oh no, violent power flashes as a tornado tore across downtown San Antonio, crossing Interstate 10 right in front of drivers. The twister tearing the roof of this apartment building and hitting multiple businesses. Months of rain in just days, and it's not over.
But the rain's going to come back tonight, it looks like, with a vengeance.
And David, here in Boerne alone, crews were called out to more than 20 high water emergencies. People here are being warned that the threat is not yet over. There is more rain in the forecast tonight and tomorrow. David.
Slow-moving storms drenched much of southern Texas, with more heavy rain on Wednesday, prompting warnings to evacuate flooded areas after downpours washed out roads and farmland and led to dozens of high water rescues across the region. The National Weather Service said a tornado touched down in the northwestern part of San Antonio near Interstate 10. Videos posted on social media showed what appeared to be a small twister. Local officials said apartment buildings and other properties were damaged. Warnings of potentially dangerous flash flooding were in effect for some areas as the deluge was forecast to continue through Thursday evening, and authorities urged people to evacuate rather than be marooned by high water in Uvalde County and the city of Bourne outside San Antonio. In Kerr County, where catastrophic flooding last year killed more than 100 people, officials were in contact with summer camps and retreat centers near rising rivers. As much as 10 to 20 inches, 25 to 50 centimeters of rain was possible in some places before the storms move out, the Weather Service said. There have been no reports of deaths or injuries from the tornado or the flooding. The highest rainfall totals so far, up to 16 inches, 40 centimeters, have been in Uvalde. The riverbanks were strewn with debris, including branches and grass, plastic bags and a cactus, from a day earlier when the river was several feet higher. The night had brought that residents living along Cibolo Creek in the heart of Bourne, Evergreen, Yolana, and West Oasis San Antonio apartments and other nearby commercial properties. I honestly didn't even know it was a tornado until after I got the alert. ISD is opening its central offices at 235 Johns Road for people needing a safe place to seek shelter. Visitors are urged to enter offload. Bandera County, RV parks along the Medina River are being evacuated as the river is forecast to rise nearly 14 feet. Bandera County Judge Richard Evans.
Alright, that's it. I wasn't going to just play a little bit of that and be done with. You can catch the rest of the whole video if you want to. Seeing a bunch of water. I mean, hear the title of the video. They got a channel if you want to go and watch it. I'm going to play like 2 minutes of that video. Let's see what's going on with New Zealand. They talking about an earthquake happened over there.
From homes to hospitals.
.9 on the Richter scale with a depth of about...
That was 12 hours ago, but still. Anyway.
50 kilometers. Now, the National Emergency Management Agency has said that people in the affected area should make their way to the nearest high ground out of the tsunami evacuation zones or as far inland as possible. So this is the latest bit of update that has in fact come in about reports of an earthquake that measured 6.3 on the Richter scale. It's happened on New Zealand's South Island near a place called Te Anau, and that is where the epicenter is reported to be, and the epicenter is said to be about 50 kilometers under the ground, and the authorities have now issued a...
Alright, anyway, let's get to the next one. More about earthquakes. What is the name? Dina? Well, I can't pronounce the rest of the name, but whatever. I'm going to play this. It's talking about the world is shaking earthquakes. It's shaking earthquakes in Revelation prophecies.
In just the last 3 weeks, we have seen powerful earthquakes strike in Venezuela, Afghanistan, Indonesia, the Philippines, Japan, Mexico, and beyond. And the twin earthquakes that struck in Venezuela has already claimed over 4,300 lives. What scientists are warning about and what Jesus predicted are beginning to...
No, Yahweh Shah predicted. Well, actually not predicted, but they're planning it. Yeah, it's Yahweh and Yahweh Shah planning this stuff. Yeah.
Sound like the same thing, and you need to
hear... They're planning it because they're doing it. They're shaking shit up. Yeah.
About both of them. So I'd like to take you to June 24th when the strongest earthquakes began to rumble.
And his name ain't Jesus. His name is Yahweh Shah.
Venezuela was the most tragic and devastating of them all, slamming the country with twin sequences of a 7.2 and a 7.5 that caused severe infrastructural collapse and claimed over 4,000 lives.
Judgment for you Israelites that ain't taking heed.
June 25th, Japan was hit with a 6.9. The Philippines on June 26th with a 6.5. Afghanistan on the 27th with a 6.1. A strong and shallow 6.0 earthquake hit the Gulf of California, Mexico on June 30th. July 1st saw 6.1 in Japan. Another 6.0 in Japan, same day. A shallow 5.5 earthquake hit the Baleine Islands on July 8th. July 10th, a 5.0 west of the Macquarie Islands, a 5.0 in Tonga on July 11th. On July 11th, a 5.1 in Peru. Again, July 11th, a 5.4 in the South Sandwich Islands region. On July 13th, a strong and shallow 6.4 in Papua New Guinea. And on July 13th, today, strong and shallow 6.3 hit southeast of the Loyalty Islands. So these are some really big earthquakes, you guys, in a very short period of time. Now, with that said, today, for the second time in as many as days, an earthquake with a magnitude greater than a 4.0 struck in Kern County. The USGS said that the quake was reported at 9:40 a.m. It was felt as far away as LA, Orange, and Riverside counties, according to the USGS. Early Sunday morning, a 4.2 was reported about 1 mile from Fraser Park. Now, of course, we want to pay close attention to what's happening in California because of the fault lines out there. This particular earthquake is associated with the Garlic Fault, the White Wolf Fault, and the Kern Canyon Fault. So it's a little bit of shaky ground over there, literally. Now, there were some other earthquakes in Tennessee and Arkansas, and this occurred on July 11th. They were weak, roughly 50 miles and 7 hours apart, according to the USGS. The first quake struck near Etowah, Arkansas at 11:12 p.m. The second quake struck near Ridgely, Tennessee at 6:08 a.m. The reason why we pay attention to the earthquakes in Tennessee or Arkansas or the states in that area is because they lie within the New Madrid seismic zone, the most seismically active region in the central and eastern United States. So this is a fault that could literally split the United States. Now, what have we seen since the beginning of this year for 2026? Well, as I just mentioned, we talked about the earthquakes in Venezuela. There was also a 7.8 earthquake that occurred offshore in the Philippines earlier in June. But there were 6 major earthquakes of 7 and above. Now, magnitudes, a 5.0 to a 6.9. There were hundreds of moderate to strong earthquakes that have been logged throughout the year. So for context, typically monthly counts reveal wide intervals, such as March 2026 registering a notable spike with 7,891 worldwide earthquakes. What about 4.5 and above? Well, on a weekly basis, global networks routinely track a steady volume of activity.
All right, I'm going to start right there, but yeah, that's diverse. I mean, earthquakes in diverse places. What's this about? Suspect vandalized target. Multiple flock cameras. Oh, yeah. Oh, well. People can't stand that shit. They don't like surveillance. I don't like it either, but you gotta let it be until the Lord comes to destroy this shit. Yep.
Lock in with deals on all your...
This could potentially overtake us here. This is getting a little scary. Yep. Holy shit. Okay, yeah, this is... Okay, y'all need to hurry up here. Like, seriously, we're encased in flames now. Hello, Jody, can you hear us?
Yeah, is it there on the boat?
Yeah, this has got to move fucking quick here.
No, ain't no boat.
Holy crap. Oh, it's alright. This kind of burnt off, so we'll be okay now. Yeah. Oh yeah, look over there. You guys got a light now or what? Did you guys get that light? Oh yeah, they're clipping. Woo! That's a meat.
Oh, it's a train. I thought it was a boat.
8.5, eh?
I don't know what the hell they in. Whatever.
Woo! That's a meat.
Yeah, we just seen that shit. Let's delete that.
Canadian authorities say over 800 fires are currently burning across the country, many of which are classified as being out of control. The blazes have caused smoggy skies across much of eastern Canada and even into the United States, with health warnings to avoid outdoor activities.
This could potentially overtake us here. This is getting a little scary. Holy.
Fire completely surrounds this freight train in rural Ontario. Canadian National Rail have since confirmed that all workers were safely rescued, but that many services across the region have been temporarily suspended.
Hello, Jody, can you hear us?
The country's largest city, Toronto, has been smothered in dense smoke, turning the skies an apocalyptic orange. An outdoor fan zone for Wednesday's England versus Argentina match was cancelled after the city recorded the worst air quality in the world.
Yeah, folks said, man, we won our fucking World Cup, FIFA. Fuck that fire. Hey, man, especially Jake, man. That nigga be mad as hell. Jake be mad as hell. They damn FIFA. They ready to see that game, man. And they find out that shit canceled. They be mad as hell. Nigga worrying about fucking football. Or no, worry about just circus, period. You need to be worrying about salvation and praying the Lord get her have mercy on you. Shit.
At first, when you go outside and you're coming from a cold environment, like you can really feel like how heavy it is and how hot.
I'm from Toronto. I grew up in Toronto. I don't remember having smoke ever until the last couple of years. My eyes are burning. My lungs are burning. I've got a splitting headache. It's brutal.
And they probably burning some fucking chemicals too. Spraying and burning chemicals. Yeah.
This footage was shot by a passenger departing from an upstate New York airport as the smoke spreads across the border into the United States. But it's hoped conditions will have improved for the World Cup final, being held just outside Manhattan this weekend.
The first big wave of smoke that we've seen will also have cleared out. It'll have gone over into the ocean, transported further downwind. So at this time, I wouldn't necessarily expect there to be major disruptions to the Saturday and Sunday World Cup events.
For now, health warnings remain in place across New York, as well as a number of other states, including Michigan and Minnesota.
Let's bring in Annabella.
Right, I mean, gotta see all this. I just want to see the scene, what things looking like. It says South India's declining birth rate becomes crisis point. Cool. And more curses on you heathens. Shit. And there's low birth rate for you Edomites, low birth rate on you Ishmaelites, low birth rate on you Ammonites, and whoever the hell else. There's gonna be a whole lot of death on you Israelites though. And you heathens.
We exposed abuse.
I mean the heathens, they population decreasing, but they still gonna be a lot of them motherfuckers dying. Shit, especially when Jacob Trouble go full throttle 9,000 RPM to the engine blow up. Let's get this faggot out of here.
Well, 14 states have just told their residents to stay inside due to toxic air that is now flying over their heads. In fact, on the EPA's Air Quality Index, it rates of the worst toxic air possible. Anything over 301 or higher is very, very toxic. In fact, there is a couple of cities that rate over the 400s. I've got a lot to share with you today, and of course the mainstream media isn't really talking much about this because I don't think they really care about anything more than money and control. But hey, that's why you guys are here on my channel, so please make sure you're subscribed to the channel and make sure you have that all notification bell button checked. Otherwise, you're not going to get notified, especially of things like this. Now, with that, like the video and share it with everyone you know. But let's dive into what the hell is going on. Take a look at where I found it. This is on Daily Mail. Warning to millions of people as lung-penetrating toxins sweep across 14 U.S. states, with Detroit's air ranking the worst on Earth. Now, it goes on. Toxic wildfire smoke is choking millions of Americans on Thursday. Air quality alerts have been issued across 14 states as a thick plume from Canadian wildfires pour into the Midwest and the Northwest. Now, here are the affected states: Minnesota, Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and New Jersey. Probably many of you listening out there. Now, Detroit ranked as the most polluted major city in the world on Thursday morning, recording a hazardous live air quality index of 426, as Minneapolis ranked third with an AQI of 349. Again, the good AQIs range from 0 to 50. That is how high it is. Officials have warned that wildfire smoke contains fine particulate matter, also known as PM2.5, that consist of microscopic particles of toxic compounds small enough to penetrate deep into the lungs and enter the bloodstream. By the way, a particulate matter 10 would be a little bit larger to that, and you don't have the risk of it penetrating as much as, say, anything that has a 2.5, and this has a 2.5. Now, the US EPA has connected breathing these PM 2.5 to multiple health issues, including aggregated asthma, decreased lung function, irregular heartbeat, heart attack, and premature death for those with heart and lung disease. Now, most alerts are remaining in place until midnight on Thursday, while warnings across Minnesota are expected to continue till about 11 a.m. on Friday and could extend if the smoke persists. Quote, any exposure to the air, even for a few minutes, can lead to serious health effects on everyone, Plum Labs said, which tracks air forecast air pollution, said avoid outdoor activities. So it can lead to serious health effects for everyone, not necessarily those just at risk. So that is what we're looking at here. And what is the cause of this entire thing? Well, the reason this is happening is because of what's going on right now in Canada. This is also on Daily Mail. Canadian wildfire rips through Alberta, burning 400 million square meters of land.
All right, that's enough of that. Shit on fire, people getting smoke in their lungs, it's toxic air breathing, plus the chemtrails mixing in with it. Yep. Let's see. Get this one.
10 wings, $10.
Tonight from California to Cape Cod, beachgoers escaping scorching summer temps are running into a wave of issues. Dozens of beaches in Massachusetts temporarily shut down. Officials posting water quality warnings at beaches in New York, New Jersey, Washington State, and here in Southern California, where the famed Santa Monica Pier comes flanked with signs sharing swim at your own risk.
Is it harmful? Is it not? I mean, when you hear bacteria, you automatically think it's harmful.
The heightened levels of bacteria discovered a sign water may be contaminated with germs or fecal matter, known to make people sick. For the Blakely family visiting from Houston, their vacation game plan is shifting. Kids have already been in the water before you saw the signs, so what's the plan now?
Yeah, we're just going to shower as soon as we can, get off the beach here shortly, and just find something else to do, you know?
Scientist Annalisa Moe keeps a close eye on water quality, stressing symptoms can arise even without prolonged exposure to bacteria. To see this many people in the water here, are you concerned?
At this particular site, yes, because of the high bacteria levels underneath the pier. Particularly for younger folks, that exposure can be kind of dangerous.
Beaches are most at risk after heavy rainfall, pushing waste and polluted waters through storm drains and into the ocean. So before you jump in, health officials say don't ignore those posted warnings.
I love California, but you know, a better warning would be awesome.
Morgan joins us now. Morgan, some people, they just don't watch the news. They don't know about this. And this could be all summer long, right?
Tom, potentially, and that's why scientists on both coasts are continuing testing that coastal water quality each and every day. You mentioned folks may not watch the news, but even if they come to the beach, these are the signs that they're supposed to kind of keep a close eye out for. We've spoken to multiple beachgoers here, Tom, who among the crowds here simply walked right past these signs, unaware that the water here within 100 yards of the famed Santa Monica Pier is really being warned against getting into.
Well, what the fuck are they do? Well, you know this bacteria, I mean, it gotta be created because of it gotta be created from all the bottom feeders being fished out or dying. You know, the lobsters and crabs, oysters, the oysters supposed to be filtering the ocean. But not enough, just doing that. They're either getting fished out or either getting killed off from. Plus, what is it, that radiation coming from Japan? What was it, they had that earthquake? And it fucked up the nuclear reactor, the nuclear power plant over there in Japan, and it leaked out some of that shit over there, and some of it just all over in the Pacific Island. I mean, I guess that's the case. It's probably more than that. But anyway, oh, you want some cracker too? All right. I forgot about you. You didn't say nothing. Greedy ass.
There's a reason tool brands like Bauer, Pittsburgh, and U.S. General are showing up in homes and garages.
All right, listen to this. Nearly 7,000 people in 34 states are reporting unpleasant symptoms tied to a parasitic illness. And health officials are still trying to figure out what the source of this outbreak is. CBS News correspondent Carter Evans has more on what they're seeing and how you can stay safe.
Pay close attention on your next trip to the produce aisle. The CDC is looking into several items potentially contaminated with a Cyclospora parasite that causes severe stomach sickness. CDC doctors pointed to an alarming increase in illnesses in a special conference call.
Routine stool tests don't always screen for this parasite. You may need to specifically request testing for Cyclospora.
Since May 1st, the CDC's confirmed 1,645 cases of cyclosporiasis in 34 states. More than 5,100 additional reports still need to be investigated, and they say there could be a link between cases in Ohio, West Virginia, Kentucky, and Michigan, which has the most cases.
Do you have any idea what this outbreak is linked to?
From 1,000 interviews, one of the signals that keeps coming up is lettuce.
Now they saying something about I don't know what the hell is this shit. I'm gonna play it eventually. Saying that Taco Bell, somehow Taco Bell investigates as part of the Serratus parasite outbreak. So what they saying is something to do with Taco Bell? Taco Bell serves, I mean, they get their lettuce from somebody else, but how can Taco Bell have something to do with this shit? I don't know. I don't see how Taco Bell linked to this, even though, shit, Taco Bell sells boo-boo meat. Yeah, it's boo-boo meat. Goddamn boo-boo meat. Is it toxic hell? Yeah.
Salad greens.
Fast food giant Taco Bell has
Oh, there you go, right there.
voluntarily removed some ingredients from select stores.
Yeah, they remove lettuce, so you can't get your vegetables.
But the CDC says there's no direct link.
Some doctors are recommending that you avoid bag lettuce altogether. Instead, you should opt, they say, for a whole head of lettuce and peel off the first 3 layers and then wash the remaining leaves individually.
Oh,
When it comes to
man.
fruit,
My speaker went out. Hold on. Hold on, damn. Now I got to damn change the. Now I got to change out my damn battery thing. Be able to charge the speaker.
Line in. Some vegetables, they say you should scrub them with a brush under running water, but they say the safest option is to cook your produce to at least 158 degrees.
The incubation can be a week or even 2 weeks. That lag time does make the investigation a little bit harder to do.
who remembers what they ate 2 weeks ago?
Exactly.
Carter, that was our Carter Evans reporting.
Man, the Lord plaguing people with the bubble guts. You can't even eat your vegetables, man. Your vegetables, your lettuce supposed to give you your greens supposed to clean your guts out. And break up all the gut, the stuff, and give you fiber in your diet, but instead it's giving you a damn bad case of runs and shit. That shit ain't fun.
It turns out it was the lettuce, shredded iceberg lettuce to be exact, that is the culprit here when it comes to the multi-state outbreak of cyclospora that's leading to the explosive diarrhea we've been telling you about across the country. The iceberg lettuce comes from Taylor Farms and was a main distributor to Taco Bell, as well as a number of grocery stores across the country. They're still trying to get a sense of how widely the affected area was, how much of this lettuce was distributed, but the outbreak they've identified so far was centered around Michigan, Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia. That's where the CDC has identified at least 400 of the cases tied to this cluster.
Ain't that some shit? And a lot of people probably getting the bubble guts because eating that toxic hell. I don't think it was the lettuce. It was probably just the boo-boo meat. The boo-boo meat that toxic hell was giving out. Nah, it could be the lettuce too. But whatever.
Related to the lettuce. Nationwide, there have been more than 7,000 cases confirmed so far over the course of the past few weeks, more than 140 hospitalizations. Remember, cyclospora is this microscopic parasite that is spread through contaminated food or water. It leads to...
Alright. Yeah, but still, toxic hell still give you the runs. Hey, your stomach ain't built for that shit. I'm glad I don't eat that shit. I used to. Not all the time. Fast food shit, I just like, fuck that.
When I win, I will immediately bring prices.
Shut up, nigga.
Got some breaking news that we're starting with tonight. In just the last few minutes, sources telling us that officials are closing in on the possible source of that parasite outbreak.
Oh
that
yeah,
is
we already know. Anyways, what is this about? More about Serapis groupus.
The outbreak of cyclosporiasis has grown to more than 1,600 confirmed cases across several states.
There's a lot of clogged up toilets. Anyway, I'm done with hearing that shit about some damn the diarrhea disease, or the diarrhea bacteria, or whatever the hell you call it. What is this doing right here? This ain't supposed to be right here. That video ain't supposed to be right there.
Well, I told you this day was going to come, and it's already here. Officials are now asking the American people to voluntarily, okay, keyword here, voluntarily conserve water. That means it's on you. But here's the concern. The voluntary restriction could easily turn into a mandatory demand, and that could happen very soon. Look at this right here. It says the government might tell you to take a shorter shower, because what we are hearing right now is that farmers are struggling to just provide the nutrients and the water needed to farm. This is also hurting many cities. It's hurting data centers as well, which I know many people don't care about them, but it is hurting them. As we have less water, this means it's going to be pulled in so many different directions. That do we give the water to the people? Do we give the water to industry? Do we give it to AI data centers? What do we do with that water, right? And now we're getting a lot of people stepping forward and saying, well, if we take all the water from the reservoirs and the lakes and the rivers, well, what happens with the fish? What happens to the wildlife? Well, that's for another video. I want to show you something. Look at this. It says Brandon limits lawn watering to 1 day a week as of July 14th. That was just yesterday. Okay, this is in Sioux Falls. Okay, but look at this. It's not the only place. Look at this one. It says the Westerly Town Council has approved ordinance restricting outdoor water use. Look at this. It says, we feel as though just for conservation of water is probably in the best interest to do the odd even. Okay, it doesn't really impact anyone. You should be only watering your lawn every other day anyway. Okay, now I've talked to a lot of people. I like to have a green lawn, and one of the things they've always said is don't water your lawn every single day. By watering your lawn just a little bit every single day, you get shallow roots. So what you have to do is you need to put like 1 inch to 2 inches of water on your lawn every single week. Meaning you're only going to water maybe 2 or 3 times a week, but you're going to water a little more, a little longer, less frequently, which means the water goes down, your roots go deeper, and your grass stays greener a little bit longer. Now, a lot of people say, well, I don't want my grass to die. Well, this becomes an education thing, not about just restricting water. Okay, but I want to show you something. Both Torque County residents are adjusting their daily watering routines as well, okay? But this is voluntary restrictions, okay? That's the key. It's voluntary restrictions as of today. I want to show you something else. It says Richmond, the region enacts voluntary water restrictions amid ongoing drought. This is from a couple weeks ago. Now, here's why I bring this to your attention. Everybody is seeing the same thing, that we have record high temperatures, we already have a drought, okay? We're seeing wildfire risks. Here in Washington State, just to give you an example, we are being told that tomorrow on Thursday, July 16th, we could potentially have lightning strikes throughout the state. And we're also hearing about thunderstorms throughout much of the southern part of the United States. Well, a lot of people are being told to make sure you go and wet your grass. Make sure you go and water any vegetation that is, well, severely dehydrated. Because that right there could be the spark that pretty much starts up a wildfire, okay? And so at the same time we're being told that we could have wildfires, we're also being told to voluntarily limit our water usage. Interesting. I want to play some for you though. This is from Brunswick County. Look at this.
And because of the ongoing drought, Brunswick County Public Utilities has put mandatory water restrictions in place. So here's what it means for you. No automated irrigation is allowed. The county is monitoring private water usage and could charge you for overuse.
So the county is going to monitor private water usage. And if you have too high of water usage, they will penalize you. This is a mandatory water restriction.
Man, that's some shit. Well,
and I've been telling you this for the past 2 months, that just...
It was war on you people when it comes to that water. And they, hell, what they got, stocks on the water? Yeah, these niggas making, I mean, God, because they know water is critical. And it should be a basic necessity. But these niggas are restricting that shit. And yeah, and with all these disasters, and especially restricting water and food, killing off food or destroying food, adding parasites or whatever on the food, it's ultimately leading people to them chip implants, the mark of the beast. Because people need these things. And without these things, these people will go crazy without them. They'll do anything to get them, like getting a chip implant. The mark of the beast.
Wait. As of right now, everyone has these voluntary water restrictions. They say, here's what we recommend for you. This is what we would do if we were you. And that's what officials are coming out and saying that.
I'm going to start right there. Let's get this last one. I got to get to the scriptures.
Kane's got it all to do here.
Welcome to the WION podcast, where we explore fascinating stories and ideas from various fields. Welcome to our podcast. In this episode, we uncover when the sun could make Earth uninhabitable and how scientists may have calculated our planet's ultimate expiry date. The answer lies in a slow cosmic transformation unfolding far beyond the scale of human time. Life on Earth has an expiry date. The end of...
Oh my goodness. Here we go with Esau's like, the world's coming to an end. And nobody else will rule the world, but I'll be the last one that rule the world, so the world's coming to an end. Anyway, and they gotta tell you this bullshit. Now, first off, this is some dumb shit. Anyway, now there will be fire in certain parts of the earth. Oh yeah, but it'll be nuclear fire. Some coming from the chairs, but it ain't coming from the sun. Hell no. And it's only gonna happen because this was the final death. Yeah, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah gonna bring fire upon the earth. Not everywhere in the whole earth, but especially here in America though. This bitch gonna be destroyed. But the earth ain't gonna be destroyed by the sun. This was this stupid shit. That's why, man, these heathens need to shut the fuck up. These niggas need to go in chains right now, bro. We need to lock these niggas up behind bars, nigga, and force their ass to work. Crack a bullwhip on these motherfuckers and duct tape their mouth so they can't talk no more. Or put a yoke of iron around their ass, you know, shit. Duct tape their mouth.
Is usually imagined as a dramatic asteroid strike or a catastrophic climate disaster. However, a new study suggests that the real ending is likely to be far slower and far quieter, and every living being, tree, flower, and blade of grass on Earth will just die. The question is when. A new study may have an answer to that question. Researchers now estimate that Earth's plant life could survive for about 1.8 billion more years.
Man, nigga, shut the fuck up. I'm through this video, but one thing I'll say this for sure. If Esau continues ruling this world, no flesh will be saved. These niggas talking about the sun is going to destroy the earth and the earth will be unlivable. No, this place will be unlivable if Esau continues on ruling this planet. Shit. And the Lord's speeding up the time because of this devil and the way he's conducting himself on this planet. And everything is so messed up and toxic and all that shit. Let me get the scripture. Matthew chapter 24 verse 21, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be, and except them days be short, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect sake them days shall be short. So all this shit they saying on this video is nothing but a damn lie. Who we need to be worrying about is, well, Esau. He the one that's damn destroying the earth. The sun ain't. The sun is the objective of the sun. This is fucking stupid. I hate these damn heathens. They come up with all this stupid shit. Oh my goodness, man. That's why these niggas are losing their world. And I'm glad. Shit. But the Lord is bringing plagues to these monkey ass niggas. Because they a bunch of assholes. Where they pseudoscience, false lies, and all that crap. Anyway, I'm done with this video. If you want to watch the rest of it, hear more lies, there go the title of it, there go the channel. Let's get to some more scripture because I need to get to that. I wanted to get into reading while I was playing video, but it was really best just to let all the videos play out till I'm done and then get to the scripture last, because pretty much all of them is all tied together. I mean, I don't know how to say it, but it's best to just get to read the scriptures last, because you know, say the best for last, that old saying. Nahum chapter 1 verse 3, the Lord Yahweh is slow to anger and great in power, will not at all acquit the wicked. So all this destruction is for the wicked of 2/3 of Israel and you monkey ass heathens. The Lord Yahweh have his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, the clouds of the dust of his feet. Isaiah chapter 28 verse 2, behold, the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh shall have a mighty and strong one, which is a tempest of hell and a destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with the hand. Isaiah chapter 29 verse 6, thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of divine with fire. And then it's getting smoked out too, it's polluted, the air polluted and shit. And they probably burning some chemicals too at the same time, burning plastic or whatever, just to mess people's lungs up. Yep. What else we got? Hold on, let me see. What other videos I was talking about? Earthquakes and divert play. We already got to that. Fires here and there. Oh, let me go ahead and get that. Yeah. Let me get to that. I got that damn song in my head, bro. I was watching was it gameplay? What's that song? I don't know. I was trying to figure out where you find the song. It's kind of sound depressing, but it ain't in a way. But it was like a gameplay of the new game called Control Resident. I like that first one. They had them spiritual powers. They had the telekinesis, be able to control things in mind. With the girl control shit, but now her brother, he much stronger than her. He got like more abilities. And he got to fight these demons, pretty much the Hiss and whatever the fuck else. The Hiss ain't nothing but like demons. And they escaped out of the old house, and now they took over Manhattan, New York. It's pretty much like Stranger Things, but a video game. And I was like, man, I want to get that game bad, bro. But it was a scene where he like in like another dimension. It's like everything multiplied, and he trying to get out of there, and it's like a damn maze and shit, and he lost it, and they start playing that music, and it kind of sounds how you say it, sad, but in a way he trying to find his way out of there through, it was some TVs that turn on, and he got to find his path out of that bitch. It's like one of them mysterious, supernatural, paranormal, action, sci-fi So, I mean, I like that shit though. I want to play that game. Poe come out September. I want to get it before the world be destroyed. Oh yeah. Fuck a Grand Theft Auto. I ain't studying that fucking shit. I want to play a game that got got the supernatural abilities and such. Heck yeah. I got a thing for like controlling things with my mind. I don't know why. I just got a thing for that. Watching movies and TV shows about controlling shit with your mind, and I got a thing for that. I'll tell you this, no lie, no bullshit. I used to work delivering parts for a parts store, and before I was in the truth, I'd be driving, taking them long drives from the warehouse to the stores and wherever to drop off parts and shit. I'd be bored as hell, have the music off, or either some have the music on. I have like a fountain drink in my cup holder, or some kind of drink in cup holder. I'd just be imagining, can I pick that thing up pick up shit up with my mind instead of with my hands? And I'd just be looking, but I'd be trying to keep my eyes on the road at the same time. Maybe looking at it, see if I could do it. And like, no, I can't do it. But I always have a thing for controlling things with my mind, cause that's like the most awesome power to have. Somebody who can just run fast. So you can make yourself run fast by controlling your mind. Hell, why run fast? You can teleport. If you want to make yourself, if you got super strength, shit, you can lift things with your mind. No need to even touch anything to lift. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can break things down to the elements. You can break down the engine, take all the bolts and all that shit with your mind. You can goddamn rip a motherfucking pieces with your mind. You ain't even got to get blood on you. You don't do everything with your mind. Heck yeah, man. Shoot, I'd like to have that power. Anyway, Matthew chapter 24 verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. We got all these wars going on, and plus with all these wars going on, that creates plagues. Yeah, increasing plagues like famine, and there shall be famines and pestilence. Heck, a lot of dead bodies, and nobody ain't getting to the what you call that stuff, the sanitation. Yeah, cause sanitation be broke down, cause nobody ain't bothered, especially if there's fighting and war going on here and in house in the country. Yeah, in mainland country. There's so much division, people in it for each other, try to kill each other for food and resources and such. Yeah. And earthquakes in diverse places. All these are beginning of sorrows, and that sorrows are building up. You better seek Yahweh Shema Shah, man. Repent, try to do the best you can do. About to get rough out here, man. Violent, graphic. But it's gonna be some stuff. Man, I can't get that damn song out my head, bro. But I be wanting them powers, bro. I be like, man, if I could just control things with my mind, shit, it'd be awesome. Oh yeah, pestilence on your food. What else? And that also can create famine. Pestilence in the ocean with bacteria in the ocean. Man, I mean. Like hell, I mean, I don't even want to bother putting my feet in the ocean because it's so damn dirty. They dumping all the doo-doo all in there, and they got motor oil out up in the ocean from them ship carrying boats and such, polluting the ocean. Man, Esau just fucking everything up. They didn't need monkey ass heathens too. Don't forget about them niggas. That's why all these niggas, these heathens need to go, man. Well, not really go. They need to go in the chains, not go like disappear and die, but go in the chains and clean shit up. Put their ass to fucking work. Bitch ass nigga. Anyway, what else I got? Oh yeah, and they talking about water warnings on using water, but water is a basic necessity. Things for, yeah, what does it say? Ecclesiastes chapter 29, verse 21. The chief thing for life is water. And bread and clothing and house to cover shame. I was like, I don't have to read all that. Yeah, I will. I'm gonna read the rest of it. But the key thing, reason I'm reading this verse 21 is because the chief thing for life is water, and that's so real, man. You need water. Things to stay alive need water. Yeah. And of course, this bullshit about what is it? Oh yeah, about the earth. The sun could destroy Earth. Shut the fuck up with that dumb shit. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. These are the players of Yahweh Shema Shah. And matter of fact, let me get one more scripture for the road. Yeah, this nigga here talking about the earth could destroy the earth. The sun could destroy the earth. Man, the Lord's going to destroy, well, not the whole earth. Because then, I forgot the scripture about with the sun or the moon. I forgot how it goes. And then he got some script. The Lord put some scriptures in the Bible about that he wouldn't destroy the earth. I forgot how it goes. But Esau's a fucking nigger, man. He's just a dumbass. He's just bitter. He mad because he's losing his world. So he got to say, oh, the earth is going to blow up. The earth is going to be destroyed. But how do he say it's going to be in the next million years or something? Like, that's even retarded than ever. But anyway, 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 37, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of hours of her birth, great pains compares a womb which pains. When the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth. And the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. So this is going to be happening on the north, south, east, west, all over the whole planet. So you want to pray like heaven, Lord, have mercy on you. And you be on your best behavior with Yahweh Shema Shah. When Yahweh Shah returns, you don't be caught slipping or whatever. Or either hell, he can take your ass out before then. Always have to think about that. I always got to think the Lord can take my ass out before all this happened. And I'd say probably that'd be a mercy kill. But anyway, that's all I got to say. But seek Yahweh Shema Shah by seeking his prophets, take heed what it say, and try to build a spiritual mental relationship with Yahweh Shema Shah by praying Yahweh Shema Shah, praising Yahweh Shema Shah, worshiping Yahweh Shema Shah, fearing Yahweh Shema Shah, and repenting to Yahweh Shema Shah. To all the men out there pushing this truth and nothing but the truth in the name, spirit, and power, Yahweh Shema Shah. Keep on preach, keep on teach, keep your faith and trust strong, Yahweh Shema Shah, stay humble. And for you few sisters out there taking heed, keep your faith and trust strong, Yahweh Shema Shah. Stay humble, stay in order with your man. If you ain't got no man, stay in order, Yahweh Shema Shah. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom.